Hello, this is David Harris, and I will be presenting the Healthy Living Essentials team meeting product training today on the Basil essential oil. And I chose Basil not because it's holiday themed or anything like that. It's just that I really do like the Basil essential oil. We're getting a lot of the other holiday themes covered, and that's really great. And basil, even though it may not seem like a holiday themed oil, when you see some of its uses, I think you'll understand why it's good to talk about this time of year, because it's really great for just soothing the immune system, soothing the nervous system, helping to relieve some of the seasonal stress and anxieties that we might be experiencing. And so I like it for that, and I like it for just sore muscles and things like that that you might get during this time of year as you're doing activity you may not be used to doing with those muscles, like shoveling snow or climbing up on ladders or taking big boxes down from shelves, things like that. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed today's presentation on basil essential oil. You can see the genus and species there. And it's actually, the family is from the mint family. And you can see from the picture, it actually looks like mint. If you've ever seen spearmint or peppermint growing, that's kind of how it looks. It has leaves, 4 leaves in a pattern coming straight up and forming new leaves as it goes up to stalk. And so it looks very similar to a mint plant, although it doesn't have that strong aroma that we generally associate with mint, because usually we're thinking about spearmint or peppermint. But basil is a mint-type plant. It's an herb, and it can be used similarly to lots of the other herbs that you might have. Now, the doTERRA essential oil for basil is grown in the U.S. and harvested there and processed, and it's steam distilled from the leaves of the plant. And it's a very nice oil because it's mild, and you can use it aromatically, topically, or for dietary use. And you can see from the asterisk there that we're going to try to keep this all compliant. These claims or anything that you see, and there won't be any claims, but anything that I'm saying here has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, because this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. But very, very useful for a lot of different things to soothe and support your body's systems. Now here's the main meat of the presentation, this page talking about what it's used for and how to use it. So basil has been used for centuries and centuries. It's a very well-known herb going way back, used by lots of different cultures for its restorative, uplifting, and calming properties. And some of the most common uses for basil, and again, I'm not going to say all of the uses, because there are places where you can go and research studies and look in books or see what other people have said or how other people are using it. But these are some of the most common and useful uses for basil that I found. And the first is for soothing sore muscles and joints, especially when used with wintergreen and a carrier oil. And so for a massage, this is very, very effective. I really love it for that. If I've got sore neck muscles or arm muscles or shoulder, I'll use basil with a little bit of wintergreen and some fractionated coconut oil and rub it in, and it's just very soothing, and you can enjoy it for a long time. So I did present on wintergreen several months ago, so you can go back and listen to that. And that has some very nice properties for easing tension and pain as well. Now, basil can be used to assist with clear breathing. It's a stimulant to the nervous system. It can be used to promote mental alertness. There's some really nice studies that show that diffusing basil while you're studying or while you need to be alert is very beneficial, and also when you need to be alert when you're taking a test or using the results of your studying at the same time, then that's very useful. It can be used to lessen anxious feelings, and many of us may be feeling those feelings this time of year while we're trying to not only make it a special and meaningful holiday, but also trying to meet expectations that we may have from others. And if we're not always able to manage those expectations because they're close family members or whatever, at least we can help to lessen those feelings of anxiety that we may be feeling, so that we can participate and enjoy the holidays more ourselves. Basil is a cooling agent for the skin, and I'll point out that peppermint, being another similar type herb, is also very cooling, but you'll notice that peppermint has a very rapid and dramatic cooling effect, where basil will be more kind of long-term and less dramatic, less forceful. You won't feel it immediately, but later on you'll realize, hey, I do feel cooler. Basil obviously can be used as a flavor in cooking. Now I like to use the fresh herbs if I'm making Italian food or Asian food or stir fries, things like that. But sometimes you just want that flavor, and then I do use the oil, and I have used the oil in my cooking, and very nice intense flavor. You don't want to use a whole lot. 1 drop of our basil essential oil is going to be, a pretty good supply. Probably, half a cup to a cup of the minced leaves, and so you want to be careful with that. But very useful, and just 1 drop will flavor your spaghetti sauce very nicely. Add a little bit of oregano oil as well, and you'll have a very Italian sauce. Okay, basil is also useful for supporting your hair, and you can add it to your shampoo or to your conditioner to help improve oily hair that you might be struggling with. And then it's also been shown that internally it can help to ease discomfort from your monthly feminine period. And so you might consider that for yourselves or for others that you know who may suffer with a lot of discomfort. As far as primary system supported, as you can kind of glean from the information on the left, it's going to help support your nervous system, your immune system, your skin, and your muscles and bones. As topically, you can use it neat, which means you can use it just directly. You don't have to dilute it, although it's always recommended to dilute for sensitive skin or for young children. It's also recommended to dilute if you'd like it to stay longer on your skin and it be able to spread over a larger area. So for massage and applications like that, I would definitely recommend to dilute it. And by diluting it, you're really not decreasing the efficacy of the oil. You're just spreading it more, and you're causing it to stay on your skin longer. So in some ways, you're actually going to get a deeper penetration and more benefit from the oil when you do dilute it with the fractionated coconut oil than if you just put it on your skin, because there's a certain amount of flash evaporation that occurs without the carrier oil. Okay, so just a little tip there. So this one is one I definitely like to use with the carrier oil for massage. You can also apply it to your temples, to the tip of your nose. This would be for the help to lessen anxiety or to soothe your nerves. You can apply it to reflex points for whatever systems you're trying to support. On your spine, specifically if you're trying to support your immune system or your nervous system, and directly to any area of concern. And so if you've got sore muscles or things like that, you can, or tired muscles, you can help to soothe those using basil essential oil. Now, aromatically, you can diffuse it, or you can inhale the aroma directly. And I also enjoy cooking with it because I do get the aroma that way as well. I love it when you first add it to a sauce and you can smell the aroma so strongly. So that goes right along with taking it internally. You can take it in capsules. You can also use it directly as a flavor in cooking, and it is mild enough that you could put a drop under your tongue if you want to have some very immediate benefit from it. You can also, of course, when it comes to aromatically, you can put a drop in the palms of your hands, rub your hands together, provide a little bit of friction heat that helps to release the the evaporative effect of the oil, and then breathe it from your hands, and that's also very powerful. Okay, as in all use of essential oils, you want to be careful with skin sensitivity at the first sign of any redness, which you shouldn't have, but you can, especially with tender skin. Just add a little bit of fractionated coconut oil or other carrier oil, and it'll immediately basically dissolve the oil into the carrier oil and reduce the impact of the oil so that the irritation will go away. Avoid any contact with your eye, inner ear, or sensitive areas of your body. And if you're pregnant or nursing or under a doctor's care, then of course you'd want to consult with that physician or healthcare provider before you start using an essential oil like this. Okay, as far as other products that basil essential oil is included in, as you might guess, because of its nice effects on the nervous system and mood and anxiety, the tension blend is where basil is primarily used as a component. Okay, with that, that's all of the presentation, short and sweet today. You can see the plant again. I just love this plant. You can grow it really any temperate climate, any place in the U.S. I think you can grow it. I grow it in Boise. It doesn't last quite as long when the freeze sets in, but I just pull the plant closer to the house. It's in a pot, and I'll even bring it indoors sometimes if I want to extend it for another month or so. But this year I just harvested all the leaves when it got too cold and dried those, so I'll just use them as dried herbs. And they're still better than what you can buy in the store as far as flavor and oil content within the leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and see if we have any questions.